Pokegator, and let's kind of get everything situated. Okay, hopefully everything is kind of situated right now, but I've taken to heart what you guys have said about the microphone and not trying to hear the treadmill, so I got you. It's a little distracting having it right here, but hopefully someone can let me know if they can hear it, if the audio is better, so we can keep on making it more professional and keep it going. Well, how you folks doing? I'm the Pokegator. Welcome on in. And yeah, with the title, today's topic is something that I've just been noticing just with the Pokemon community. If you haven't seen yesterday, Ascended Heroes dropped their ETBs on the Pokemon Center. When I first got in, I decided to use their normal link, and I got in within 15 minutes. I thought I was a freaking rock star. Thank you guys. I thought I was a freaking rock star getting in and just enjoying my time. Like, yep, I got the ETBs, and I'm gonna be having a good time. Now, when I got in there, I didn't have any. Hey guys, thank you so much. Welcome on in. Morning cardio time. Morning cardio with Pokemon. So, I get into the Pokemon Center and there was nothing. So I had to get right back into the queue and wait 2 hours. But surprisingly enough, I got my ETBs, right? Oh my gosh. Splashy Perfect is having a... You okay? Of course I'm an Elvis fan. Oh. But what does this mean for the Pokemon community, right? People don't realize that Ascended Heroes, and I've heard this so many times, that Ascended Heroes is going to be the new Crown Zenith. And before I even keep on going, is this microphone helping? Is it more clear audio? I need to make sure before I keep on ranting. And don't worry, I'll get to a Q&A after my rant where we can hang out and have a good time. Guys can hear me? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, KMJ. So, knowing that I got 2 ETBs, a lot of people got ETBs. And already people are trying to fire sell them online and doing the bundles, like say, hey, here's my confirmation. People are buying pictures. The Pokemon that I like is Feraligatr. I love Feraligatr. That's why he's my mascot. What's up? Welcome in. So, knowing that people are selling receipts, that's where we are in the Pokemon community. And then we have people yelling that it's going to go up, it's going to go down. We have Poketubers, constantly fighting each other for content. Oh, that's good. Charizard is a fantastic Pokemon to love. It's a classic. People say like, oh, if you like Charizard, you're vanilla. I don't think so. Charizard is a fantastic Pokemon. If I had a Charizard on my team, I would have him. There's a reason why he's a staple. Now, in my view, in my idea of how I'm seeing Pokemon evolve, I'm telling you folks, 2026 is going to be the year of the collector. I genuinely believe we're going to see MSRP and lower. Now, I'm not a channel who's going to be pointing at graphs, right? And, I don't try to have any beef with any of the other PokeTubers, because the way I look at my channel, I look at everything at a ground level, right? We are at ground level, and I would say I'm just like the average consumer of the hobby. And now people would be like, well, I've seen your collection. You have Evolving Skies and all this stuff. Well, yeah, because, I didn't fall directly into the FOMO and to the random packs and tins. I started putting my money into good things that I know would, grow over time and that I love. Favorite Pokemon card? Oh my gosh. I did have the Latias Lovebirds. I loved that card. I sold that card to send my wife to a Taylor Swift concert. And that was like around last year. And now I sold it for $2K. Granted, I got the card for $700. I know. I got the card for $700, so I saw the gains, right? My wife was, a huge supporter of me, so she deserves, the reap and the rewards of Pokemon collecting, right? And it just so happens, it was crazy. It just so happens, it was on my deployment, and I sent her to Vienna, paid for and everything, and then all of a sudden there was a car bomb threat, and is that better? And thank you for letting me know. Beta, is that better? Thanks, guys. Thanks for always making sure. I'm trying this new microphone because without this, you guys would just hear the treadmill, and it would just, people don't like that. If you guys want to just sit here and rant, I don't want. Here's the thing, I was so prepared. I was so prepared for this, and this thing ran out of battery on me. Man, I guess we gotta wait for tomorrow for the better audio. I guess that means you gotta join me tomorrow. But we're here, folks. I got another, 50 minutes. I got another 50 minutes on the treadmill with you. Can you hear me now? So with all of this clutter and audio, hey, you are now a part of the Gator Gang. So, with all this noise and clutter of people saying this is the time to buy, this is the time to sell, I genuinely remember when the deal in Pokemon was buying at an online store and they just had the deals for days, right? No product was going, no product was moving, and I really think we're coming up on those days again too. I truly do believe with Ascended Heroes and how much that set is going to really hit the Pokemon community harder than ever. It's going to be the next Crown Zenith. Now, when Crown Zenith first came out, the hype was just crazy, right? The hype was just nutso butso. Everyone wanted the gold cards. I think the gold cards were selling for 400, 500 raw. But then we're seeing, then it just printed to the ground, and then people were like, "Oh wait, shoot! I can't get a quick flip with this." And the pull rates were amazing. It was such a fun set to open. I have still Crown Zenith in my collection. I have a bunch of the Crown Zenith cards and PSA 10s because I genuinely enjoy that set. I think we're gonna enjoy Ascended Heroes. I watched the Team Rocket Joey video today. He comes out with a video every single day, and which is fantastic. You wake up, what do you think about Greninja? Fantastic design, fantastic Pokemon, fantastic typing. When this is not Sword and Shield, it was X and Y. When Froakie came out, I immediately knew that was going to be my starter. And we're also getting a Greninja set. I think it's Midnight Spinner for the Japanese. Take me back to 60 Giratina Gold Card days. We're gonna go back to it, man. I know you're gonna call me goofy, Joey, but I think the ETBs will be in February. Big Box is probably gonna get those tech stickers and booster packs. And here's the kicker that you forgot to mention in your video. The limits. There are so many limits at big box stores that people are going to be waiting in lines hours preparing for this drop, and then they're going to get smacked in the face saying, "Hey, 2 per customer." Boom. And they're going to be like, "Well, that sucks. What do you mean 2 per customer?" And then people are going to open up the packs. They're going to enjoy the packs. The hit rates are going to be awesome. I don't know, but it being such a big set like Crown Zenith, it's going to be a 1 + 1 = 2, as Joey would say. So now, with all this clutter of people speculating how Ascended Heroes is, no one's talking about reprints. No one's talking about the other sets. I haven't heard someone talk about Black Bolt and White Flare at all. Who's talking about Black Bolt and White Flare? Nobody. And I'm telling you, we're going to get a UPC of Black Bolt and White Flare. They're going to be 2 separate products. We see this all the time with specialty sets. And then we're probably going to get another Terapagos, crappy UPC that no one wants. And then by that time, everything is kind of avalanching on people. We got the 10th anniversary. 10th generation, 30th anniversary. You don't think Pokemon knows what they're going to do with the 30th anniversary? They have 5 years of data. They have 5 years of data of how much people wanted celebrations. Okay, I made custom gold cards. Oh, hell yeah, man. Well done, King. And then we got Twilight Spinner. We have Midnight Spinner, and that's the set. We're gonna also have Greninja and the starters like, Meganium, Emboar for Alligator. I think that's gonna be the set. That's gonna feature also Delphox, Chestnut. What do you think about metal cards? Okay, so metal cards, I had the Celebrations metal cards, right? When I had them in my hand and when I was new into the hobby, I didn't know what the metal cards were. So I kind of traded them and sold them. I sold them for cheap. Is it something that to brag about? I don't think so. W names you gave. Thank you. Thank you. What do you think about metal cards? So like, I don't think the metal cards are something to hold. It's cool to have. So if you're a collector, cool to have, right? But if you're looking at it as an investment or like, hey, I'm gonna put all my money. There are only 4. I know. Okay. We got the Gold Mew, Metal Tropicos, Metal Arceus, Metal Charizard, Metal Pokeball. There's not only 4. Woodland, don't worry, I know my stuff. So, I'm not gonna seek it out, but that's just me. I consider myself at base level as a collector and investor because I'm a dad. I have other obligations other than Pokemon. I do this for fun. I collect when I can, and I have a budget. A lot of people here on YouTube, they look. Hey, we got checks and balances, right, Woodland? We got checks and balances. So a lot of these PokeTubers, they say, hey, I'm grabbing this. But you also gotta know they have monetization, they have sponsorships, they have money coming in that can support them to make moves. Now, yeah, one day would I love that? Abso-freaking-lutely. I would mainly use it for, to what's it called? Supply giveaways. Because it helps bring in the channel, invite more people. But big giveaways, I don't think I'll ever do a big giveaway ever again. Because, man, I had a failed experiment with a Brilliant Stars booster box, and no one joined, and only 2 people were competing. So it was I lost so much money. Well, I'm ranting about Pokemon and the clutter that we're dealing with while I am on a treadmill. And currently, we're talking about Ascended Heroes and how much of that product's going to come in and how a lot of the Shield PokeTubers are not truly prepared. And the LGSs are prepared for this. I finally got it, was consuming my life. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Luckily, I found a way to, balance Pokemon and collecting and family. When I first got in, I fell hard. Dude, Joey, let's see how long we can go. Let's see how long. I got 40 more minutes with you. We got 40 more minutes. I'm at a 7% incline at a 2.8 speed. So I can talk, because the big thing is I need to talk. if I'm gonna do a live. But when I first got in, you know, Whatnot was kind of starting up, and the mystery packs, God, the mystery packs. Okay, 2.9, boom. It's 2.9 just because of you. We're gonna go cruise at 2.9 the whole way. Let's see if I got it. So Whatnot was kind of like my introduction to Pokemon. Hey! Scovillainy, how you doing? The treadmill topics. The saga has started. So I was like buying mystery packs, mystery slabs. I think I spent my first time on Whatnot was like over $1,200. Mind you, this is when Evolving Skies was around like $250, $300. Like there's so much I would have just loved to know now. Oh, excuse me. One night did it for me, and yeah. And this is with this is when Blake Martinez was doing his thing, and then I started buying and buying and buying, getting to know people. I was kind of like the whale around that time. People knew I was gonna buy if I was in their stream. I was doing, you know, door-to-door sales at that time, so I was constantly making good money. I got like top 15 in the company, so I was racking in the stuff, right? I was living on cloud 9, and that freaking button was, whew, felt good, right? But then, you know, debt piled on, and then the sales dropped, and goodness, it almost ruined my life. It almost freaking ruined my life. And right now, there's so many people right now who are in this delusional, this mist, this fog, that Pokemon is going to be the end-all, be-all, like the savior of their financial freedom. I got my Evolving Skies, luckily, around $700 a piece. So I don't care if Evolving Skies drops. I don't care if my slabs drop, because I got into the hobby and got all the stuff that I wanted after I learned one of the harsh decisions in my life about credit card debt and money. I got smacked in the face. Yeah. Luckily, I kind of, with the rise of Pokemon, I sold so much random clutter I had to have Pokemon pay for Pokemon. And man, we are going to be hitting a time where it's going to be on the shelves. And that's another thing too. I know people claim that Pokemon is not printing enough. They are printing a lot right now. So Scovillainy says Pokemon Whatnot is a different beast than any other product streams, especially other TCGs. Lorcana was chill and reasonable. Pokemon is delusional to the max. Every release we're seeing, I think Scovillainy is a fantastic Pokemon person, excuse me, to follow on Instagram, because he always posts great stuff. He posts about, yeah, and he always has clips about Whatnot on there. So if you want a good laugh, follow him on Instagram. Awesome dude. So, but we're not dealing with, you know, we're dealing with Whatnot. We're dealing with card shops. I really want people to really realize what the card shops are doing.
and they know they're in for a reckoning. The smart card shops, which are honestly the true villains of the story, when a hard product drops, they get like say like at Costco or Sam's Club, that product immediately goes to the Facebook marketplace. People try to get those free tendies. They can't do anything about it. So these card shops saying, hey, I'll buy it for 75% of market, and they just freaking rack it in and throw in the back or put it for the rip and chips. It's disgusting. I think there is a huge uncaptured metrics of people who buy on Whatnot, and usually buy on eBay to dip. Yes, boom. And we also just got this huge controversy of a new gambling website and the owner was just shield bidding the entire time. It's crazy. It's crazy how Pokemon brings the worst in people. Like, the Pokemon is supposed to be, you know, the game that connects. It literally, it's so, what's that quote? It's like, you do something for so long you become the villain. Like, Pokemon is on that, Pokemon's on that way, just becoming the true villain of the TCG. Now, when people can't get that free money, they're gonna just step away. They're gonna walk away. And a lot of people, I think I saw someone on Instagram, and it's a video floating around of someone who works at Walmart. And every single restock, they come in like an employee. And her friend is filming, and she's like, look at this is crazy. And the other girl down there is like smiling. It's like, we're gonna make millions. The fact that if you have to brag about ultra modern as a flex, you are delusional, and you're going to be hit with the reality stick very soon. Imagine everyone on Whatnot gets an actual auctioneer license. Exactly. They just allow anybody on that app. It's nuts. It's nutso butso. So we have, as I said, Ascending Heroes coming up. It's going to be to set the tone of 2026. What a year it's going to be. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not claiming what's going to happen, but I already know that everyone has a Pokemon Center ETB, which is the highest, most glorified product of that set. Unless a UPC comes out, that Gengar card is gonna break the internet. It already has. You know, everyone's like, I remember Fusion Strike Gengar. It's the Gengar from the new set, Mega Gengar. Look it up, it's a pretty cool card. But if we're gonna get the pull rates of Phantasmal Flame, I think Pokemon definitely did the bait and switch. And what I mean by that, here I'm gonna paint you a picture. We have Prismatic, right? One of the most goated sets to ever come out, and everyone's like, holy crap. I saw what that Moonbryon did. No one cared about Umbreon before Evolving Skies. I'm gonna tell you right now. In fact, like, everyone loved Espeon more than Umbreon. Then what they did is like saying, hey, you saw that card? Guess what? We have all the evolutions in here. And they're all gonna be so, you're gonna make so much money. Come buy this set. And then when everyone bought it, everyone opened it, it's like, where the frick are the cards? So they're like, holy crap, this may be the hardest set to hit. So people just kept on going and going and going and going until we saw, you know, flooding the market. Hey, how you doing? Welcome in. They're broke. And then the UPCs came out. They're like, hey, we know you had a hard time trying to get the Umbreon, so we'll at least give you an Eevee. Exactly, then the UPCs. And then people got that. Hit rates never changed. And then they release, you know, the next specialty set, Black Bolt and White Flare. And they're saying, see, look, hit rates are a little bit better, not the greatest. And that's when Ascended Heroes is coming out of nowhere. They're dropping the Gengar. They're dropping a Dragonite. They're dropping Marnie. It's like, hey, just watch. There will be so much. It will be one, and then like, we had like 5 or 6 sets of hard hit rates. Then Phantasmal Flame came out of nowhere. And everyone's pulling the freaking Charizard. I see that card everywhere on Facebook Marketplace. It's nuts. Woodland keeps on waving in front of my face. So I'm just waiting for all the PSA 10s to come back and everyone's gonna be, I think that card's gonna be a sub 300 less card. I'm okay to wait. I don't need that card right now. Exactly. And then everyone's hyping up the Charizard Y, which I think, this is my opinion, the Charizard X is gonna have a similar art to Charizard Y. Excuse you. So I think, okay, boom, tinfoil hat time. We're just gonna go freaking into it. Ascending Heroes is gonna have cards that are gonna match other sets. The Zekrom promo is gonna look great right next to the Journey Together Reshiram, right? We have the Dreepy, the Drakloak, gonna match the Prismatic. Like, folks, they are playing a game where if you collect these cards, and they're gonna look great, right? And they're gonna look great. And guess what, guys? Pokemon Center is pinging right now. The Pokemon Center's pinging. We're potentially gonna get another freaking restock of the ETBs. Imagine that. And if it does, I'll stop the live so I can be in line. I'll let you guys know. But like, that's what Ascending Heroes is gonna be. It's gonna be a set with great hits that match other sets, so people will go back, buy the other sets to match the cards. It's genius. Joey, are you in here? Are you writing this down? God. They're doing it. I'm giving you free content. Ascending Heroes is going to be the connecting set to all the sets that came out. They're going to have a Surging Sparks Pikachu. They're probably going to have a very similar Pikachu that we had in Crown Zenith. That's why we had the Pikachu on the foil art. It's going to have all the stuff. I'm calling it. It's going to have an Umbreon on there. Watch. Freaking watch. Is this blowing your guys' mind? Because it's just 1 and 1 plus is equal to 2. They release a Psyduck card knowing that Destined Rivals had Psyduck and Base Set had Psyduck. It's you heard it here first, guys. The Haunter, yeah. The Haunter from Mega and PF will have the Mega Gengar, exactly. I don't think the artwork, oh, maybe. Oh my gosh, guys. Think of it, Woodland, you hit freaking gold. Is it, Temporal Forces had the freaking Ghastly, then the Haunter in the battle deck, and now we got the Mega Gengar. Boom. People are gonna try to go back to Temporal Forces. There's a call to action right there. It is. Guys, Ascending Heroes is going to be the set to have all this random clutter that's going to connect to other sets. It's going to be done. Charizard Y is going to connect to Charizard X. Mega Dragonite is probably going to be by itself. It's nutso butso. Can I tinfoil for you? Yeah, absolutely. I'll read it. Okay. Now, with that said, I'd like to hear your guys' opinions about what I just said. I would love to see. And we've been going for 40 minutes, so I appreciate everybody in here hanging out with me. It means a lot. Let's see, I'm curious what Woodland's gonna say. He's typing, he's cooking. That hat is a proper boss bot. It is. And that's another thing too, there's so many companies with this logo, or not this logo, this style. It's nothing special. And that's another thing too. So I used to own a clothing company, and I know all the SKUs. I know all the shirts. Everyone claims that it's a blend that they made. No. This hat I can find from a distributor. In fact, I'm gonna try to make my own, you know, if this channel goes somewhere. I got some Gator gear that's gonna, you know, maybe boost your morale in the gym. Maybe. I'm waiting for the tinfoil hats to come on and the people, what they have to say about Ascending Heroes. And if you guys have some Q&A, I think we're at this time where I kind of ended the rant, right? I ended the rant, so I'm really curious what other people have to say. And watch, Team Rocket Joey's left us. You couldn't hang. You couldn't hang with the Gator Gang. Millionaires are gonna get a bunch of money from their great boomer transfer. And companies are banking on it and advertising for them to them. Whew, okay. And we're also about to step into a recession. A lot of people are not prepared to what is to come. And that's why people have over-leveraged themselves with Pokemon. MTG with all the secret layers. Pokemon, the 151, the Megas, exactly. They're going to be dumping product money into this while this is going down, down, down. They're gonna try to catch this fallen knife. Oh, millennials, yes. Millennials, sorry, I didn't see. It's a little hard because everything is so far away. So I really think, especially people in the millennial era who are millennials, they're having such a hard time. You know, a lot of millennials right now, like myself, are, you know, moms and dads, but we have such a connection to nostalgia, right? Like Avatar, Final Fantasy, 151. They know their market. Can you hear? Can you have a full beard with 20-year-old? What? I don't even know what that comment is. So, and like, there's so many. So millennials are not. Excuse me. Millennials are having a hard time, you know, getting to houses, and Trump is now putting out a 50-year loan, and so many people are going to bite on that. So many people are going to bite on that and just lock themselves in. Lorcana and Riftbound, exactly. Gundam, One Piece. They're going to just. What's my job? Currently in the military. That is my job. I get yelled at and told what to do. That's what I do for a living. You're a hero. I'm not gonna lie, it is hard. It has challenges. You know, I did deploy, and you know, one of the hardest parts of that deployment was not just being over there, it was leaving my family behind. You know, my daughter was turning 1 year old. It sucked. But I'm so grateful for technology and seeing, you know, again, keeping that contact. Oh my gosh, Woodland, shut up. Woodland was there too, guys. Thank Woodland. As a father, I understand, but like, speaking about being a dad, there's so many people, especially with Pokemon right now. I don't know, you came at the very end of my rant, but there's so many millennials who are not putting the money into investments. They're putting their money into, you know, collectibles, thinking it's investments. And we're going to be in for a really harsh time in 2026 with Pokemon printing to demand. Pokemon knows what the frick they're doing. We already speculated that Sending Heroes is going to be a set that's going to connect to other sets and their artworks. We already saw twice. Guys, we already saw twice. It's already shown that the Dracloak and the Dreepy are connected to prismatic evolutions. We already saw the promo for the ETB. The Zekrom is connected to the Reshiram and joined together. We will see a Team Rocket Mewtwo. Guys, there's Team Rocket and Sending Heroes. Because we saw with the Doug Trio. Wake up. Like, it's gonna wreck a lot of people. So, at the end of the day, what am I doing, right? What am I doing? I am planning to pick up a case Distant Rivals. I really believe in that set. It's a no-brainer that set is the #1 set in Scarlet and Violet. I've already seen what Evolving Skies is going to do, so I don't mind buying it at this price. But I don't know, folks. Like it's just buy at your pace. Buy at your pace. Don't listen to the noise. There's so much noise, guys. But I really appreciate everybody stopping by, hanging out. Like, as a father and someone who's at like the minimum level of Pokemon, there's just so much to happen and so much gains to, you know, I really think we're gonna get the hobby back. And Ascending Heroes is gonna be that feather that falls in the boulder. And it's just gonna keep on rolling down. A lot of people are gonna get hurt. So stay safe out there. I just completed my 1 hour on the treadmill. I'm gonna try to come be here tomorrow, same time, 8 a.m., where I get to talk to all of you guys about a new topic. And guess what? I stayed at that 2.9 the whole entire time, okay? You guys are awesome. Don't forget to dial in. My name is the Pokegator, and I'll see ya on tomorrow's video, 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Peace.